the chillest spot for IT walkthroughs and reviews. Tech Stack Lounge.
Welcome back, everyone.
I am so ready to jump into some specific use cases.
Let's do it.
Because, like, after hearing all that stuff about Proxmox, I'm like, oh my gosh, the possibilities.
Yeah.
What can I actually do with this?
So many things.
So where should we start? What are some of the, like, most popular ways that people are using Proxmox?
Well, one of the most common use cases is running a personal cloud server.
Oh, okay. A personal cloud server.
So you can spin up something like Nextcloud
Okay.
or OwnCloud in a Proxmox VM.
Okay.
And you can have your own private cloud storage for your files, photos, contacts.
Yeah, that's cool.
All that stuff.
Like, instead of relying on, like, you know, Google Drive or Dropbox,
Right,
you
exactly.
can have your own.
You have complete control over your data.
And that's huge these days.
It is.
And also, it's a great way to learn about cloud technologies
Yeah.
without having to rely on someone else's platform.
You're learning by doing.
Exactly. Learn by doing. I love it. Okay. So, personal cloud server?
Yeah.
That's one use case. What else?
You can experiment with different operating systems.
Oh, yeah.
So you can create virtual machines for Windows, Linux, BSD.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you want.
That's dangerous for me because I love trying out new Linux distros.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So I'd be like, oh, let me just spin up a new VM and try this. But that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so operating systems, we've got that.
Yeah.
What about, like, setting up a dedicated testing environment?
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
So, like, I know a lot of developers use virtual machines for that.
They do.
But how does Proxmox make that, like, even better?
So Proxmox gives you the control and isolation that you need for testing.
Okay.
So let's say you're developing a website and you want to see how it looks in different operating systems or different web browsers.
Okay.
You can spin up a bunch of test VMs,
Okay.
each with a different configuration.
Yeah.
And you can really test your code thoroughly without messing up your main system.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like having a virtual crash test dummy for your software.
Right.
You can just, like, throw it at the wall and see what happens.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. What about something like home automation?
Oh, yeah.
The home automation is, like, a huge thing these days.
It is.
Can Proxmox play a role there?
Definitely. It's perfect for running home automation platforms like Home Assistant or Open8B.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of those.
Yeah, you can set them up in virtual machines.
Okay.
Or LXC containers.
And keep them nice and isolated?
Keep them isolated, secure.
Yeah.
And if you make a mistake, you can always reverse.
So I'm not going to, like, brick my smart home
Right.
by messing around with configuration.
You have that safety net.
I do have that safety net.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. What about media servers?
Oh, yeah, that's a popular one.
So, like, Plex, MB, Jellyfin.
Yeah, all those
It's-
kinds of things. Proxmox is a great foundation for a media server.
Okay.
You can run those applications in a VM or a container
Right.
and stream all your movies, your TV shows, your music to all your devices.
So it's like having my own personal Netflix.
It is.
But, like, way better because I control everything.
And you can customize it.
Yes. Customization is key.
Yeah.
Okay. So media servers, that's a good one. What about for gaming?
Oh, for gaming.
Yeah. So, like, can I use Proxmox to, like, enhance my gaming experience?
So Proxmox isn't specifically designed for high-performance gaming,
Okay.
but you can use it to create, like, a virtualized gaming server
Okay.
for multiplayer games.
All right.
You know, you can play with your friends,
Yeah.
or you can experiment with running older games that might not work on modern operating systems, things that need, like, Windows 98 or something.
Yeah. Or, like, old DOS games.
Exactly.
That's cool. So it's not just about performance.
Right.
It's also about, like, preserving gaming history,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So gaming, we've got that.
And, of course, there's the educational value.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Proxmox is a great tool for anyone who wants to learn about virtualization, networking, system administration.
It's like having your own personal IT lab.
It is.
You can just, like, experiment with different configurations,
Yeah.
break things, fix things.
Without any real-world consequences.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
exactly low stakes.
Low stakes, yeah.
Just like learning and having fun.
That's the best way to learn.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered, like, personal cloud servers, testing environments, home automation, media servers, gaming,
Yeah.
education. Like, it seems like Proxmox can do it all.
Pretty much.
It's incredible, and it's free,
And it's free.
and it's relatively easy to set up.
Yeah.
Like, what more could you ask for?
I know, it's fantastic.
It is. I do want to just remind our listeners before we move on
Okay.
that you don't have to be, like, a tech expert
Right.
to use Proxmox.
No, not really.
Like, even if you're new to virtualization,
Yeah. There are a lot of resources out there. Proxmox has great documentation. There are forums, video tutorials. The community will help you.
Yeah, so don't be intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
It's more accessible than you think.
It is.
Okay. So we've explored some awesome possibilities with Proxmox. We have.
Are you ready to wrap things up?
Yeah, let's give them some final thoughts and advice.
All right, perfect. Let's do it. Okay. What are like your top tips for someone who's like, all right, I'm ready to go? I'm diving in head first.
Yeah. So first and foremost, don't be afraid to experiment.
Like break things.
Your home lab is your playground.
Yeah, it's all about learning and having fun.
Exactly.
And if something goes wrong, well, we've got those backups.
So you can be bold and just explore.
Don't be afraid to break things virtually, of course.
Virtually, yes. Important distinction.
Yeah. So embrace that learning process.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
What else?
Start small.
Okay.
You don't need a rack full of servers to get started.
That's good advice.
You know, even a modest desktop PC, an old laptop can be a capable HomeLab server.
Yeah, I think sometimes people get intimidated.
They do.
Like they see these crazy home lab setups online.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I could never do that.
You don't need all that. Start small. Focus on the fundamentals.
Learn the basics.
You can always expand later.
Yeah, and you know what else?
What's that?
The community is there.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to like reach out.
Ask questions. They're very helpful.
Yeah, it's okay. So start small. Don't be afraid to experiment.
Use the community.
Use the community. Perfect.
And have fun.
Yes, have fun. Okay, so last question.
Okay.
Any thoughts on the future of Proxmox?
The future.
Wait, what can our listeners expect to see?
Well, Proxmox is constantly evolving.
Okay.
The developers are very active.
That's good.
They're adding new features all the time.
Okay.
I'm really excited about the focus on containerization.
Oh, yeah. Containers.
LXC especially.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Big thing. Yeah.
So we can expect to see more of that.
More of that.
Okay, awesome. Anything else?
You know, continued improvements in high availability, storage management, security, all the essentials.
Sounds like Proxmox has a bright future.
It does.
Well, this wraps up our Proxmox deep dive.
It does.
I hope our listeners are as excited as I am.
Me too.
To start building their own virtual playground.
It's been so much fun exploring Proxmox with you.
Yeah, this has been awesome.
Remember, virtualization opens up a world of possibilities.
It does.
You can learn, you can experiment.
You can create.
You can create without limits.
Yes. So go forth.
And virtualize all the things.
That's right. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Until next time, happy
You're hearing, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for your support.